Good afternoon. I'm Marna Davis, your pattern maker from the Domestic Ladies Dressmaker, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of work with parasols. I know some of you have probably picked up some parasols that need recovering, and perhaps they look like this poor baby, and it hasn't got a bit of a cover on it at all, and you have no idea where to start. It's really easier than you would think. It is going to require a little bit of math. So get your calculators out, get a square or a quilter's ruler out, and we're going to start in just a little bit. The first thing we're going to need to create a cover from scratch, that is a cover where you do not have a cover to take off and make a pattern from, is you're going to need the length of your rib, and you're going to need to know how many panels that your parasol has. So we're going to measure from this point here to the end of your rib tip. Not where the little hole is, but actually the end of the rib tip. And it will give us a pretty close measurement. This lined up there. Measuring there, it looks like I've got about 14.75 inches. So I'm going to write that down on my paper here. 14.75. Now the other thing I need to know is I need to open my parasol up, and you see how it has different sections. I want to know how many sections I've got. So the easiest way for me to do this is to tie a little piece of ribbon here on two of the sections so I know where my starting section is from. So there's one, there's two pieces. So this is my number one section here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections. Okay, now I'm going to post an image of this set of instructions on the website, but you'll find it is very simple to do. This is my piece of paper I've got ready. I need to find out, the first thing I need to find out is I need to draw a line the length of my rib. So right in the center of this paper, I'm going to draw a line that's 14 3/4 inches long. 14 3/4. You know what? I'm going to put a Sharpie on this so maybe you'll be able to see it a little bit easier. Alright, so that line is 14 3/4 inches long. Now we need to figure out what this bottom line is that will be square with this top line. If you've got a square, you can square out your line. If you haven't got a square like that, a quilter's ruler, line up your square on it, and we're going to start off with a very basic light colored line on pencil. Below this we've got a T shape. Now I need to know exactly how wide this line should be, and the way to do that is to use the formula for pi. Does everybody remember what pi is? It's 3.1416, and that's going to be good enough for me for right now. So my section is 3.416 times 2 times the rib length. So 14.75. Calculator because I'm lazy. So 3.1416 times 2 times 14.75. That tells me that I have 92.6772 inches in my circumference. That's all the way around the edges. And we'll deal with how the parasol needs to go down a little bit in a little while. So first of all, we want to find the circumference. Now after we've got the circumference, that needs to be divided by how many sections. So divided by how many sections are there. And that will be divided by 7. That means that each section we're going to have 13.2396. So just slightly under 13.25 inches. It's 13.24. Now if I divide that by 2, it is 6.6198. If you hear little toes tapping, that will be our puppy, and she's come in to check on me and look at the burbs outside the window of the sewing room. Having fun watching birds, Saskia? Okay, now we've got this measurement, which means it's going to be really close to 6 5/8 inches. Oh, I want the other side. It makes it a little bit neater. So 16.6198, and 6 5/8 inches would be 16.625. Or 6 5/8 inches would be 6.625. So 6 5/8 inches is there, and I want just a little bit under that. So my second mark's going to be right there. I'll do the same thing over here. 6 5/8 on the center, only I want just a little bit under that. So I've got 2 marks here and here. I'm going to take my Sharpie so you can see it again. And I'm going to draw from there to there. So now we've got a T. Okay, so now we've got this T shape. What are we going to do with it? We are going to connect the points. So we're going to connect the top to the bottom. Like this. And then like this. Now that's actually going to give you longer than you need for your rib length. So we're going to go back and correct that back. Make a mark correcting it back to our 14.75 inches or 14 3/4 inches rib length. So 14 7/5 is going to be there. And it's going to be there. Maybe I should use a different color Sharpie. Red Sharpie. So it's going to be there and there. Not sure that's going to be much more clear. How about hot pink? Alright, so we've got a mark here and a mark here, and it's going to help a whole lot if you have a curve at this point. I generally have curves. You want your curve flatter in the middle and then curving out to the edge. So So I've got that set on 20 there, and the mark past 35 on that one. And I'll flip that over, and again I'll have it 20 at the mark, and that. So this is giving us a basic shape for our pattern.